Well, it came from, the idea of a buoy in the ocean and a satellite in the sky communicating with each other, and we just thought it was funny. So we started playing around with the ideas of AI and sentience and things like that. But it wasn't really until we decided that it was a love story that it kind of came into focus.
Love Me is a movie about a buoy and satellite who meet online long after humanity is extinct. And sci fi aside, it's really just about the love story of watching these two new beings, just two AI and two machines, evolve into virtual avatars, and then finally evolve into a world that looks as realistic as our own. And it's sort of watching them learn to be alive and in love.
We were just doing the Q&A after the premiere. So it was the first time fellow humans were able to look at what we all did in a weird vacuum for 3 weeks, and then what Sam and Andy were able to do over like the last year and a half. Um, and like the whole Q&A format was so silly to me all of a sudden, because it was like all of the answers to the questions were so like impossible to answer. The movie's about everyone. The movie's about me and Steven and Sam and Andy, you, all of our projections, fears, insecurities, like everything about the way we interact with ourselves and each other, the way we present. I don't know, the negotiation between like lies and manipulation, and also just like disparity and wanting to be seen. And like, I just looked at it and was like, oh, so I could play everyone in the whole world in this movie. And then really I could only play myself. And that's kind of what it is like about ish. And also, I just couldn't. I watched Sam and Andy's short film, and the script is so poetic and beautiful and simple and base that it was just sort of very, for an actor, it was so up for grabs. Like, it felt like an acting experiment. It didn't feel like a movie. I didn't know what the movie was going to look like, what it was going to feel like. It could have been awful, trite, weird, just like thin. And when I watched the movie, I just like, it's like everyone I've ever met is in it, except also whatever, because yeah.
So spot
That's so
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, I was dry.
It's always something. Your stomach was grumbling
I
during
know,
the
she
voiceover.
took care of me the whole time.
Just brought you an apple.
I'm just, I'm sensitive.
I bought throat
Um,
spray for this, and I forgot to bring it.
The, what? Throat spray?
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. Well, sorry. Go. Let's proceed.
See how vulnerable he is? I'm so present.
Oh my god. I also said this at the Q&A, but for real, I read the script, but also it was presented to me that it was a film that Kristen was doing, and truly, I'm a massive fan of her work, and I was just like, oh, she's doing it, then it's gonna be dope. And then I got to meet Sam and Andy. What's happening behind me? What's happening?
I just pictured you as this huge blowing fan.
Oh, yeah. That's actually pretty good.
I'm a huge fan.
Um, I got to meet with Sam and Andy at a coffee shop,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And then we just kind of connected, talked about it, and I think if I'm to be honest, I didn't have a complete answer going in. I think it was just kind of like, cool. These people, these artists are down and they're trying to say something, and I feel that. And so let's just explore. And I even remember our first encounter all together at that spot that we were meeting at, and I even caught like many ways in which, from my perspective, we miscommunicated.
Oh, it's constant.
Right? It's constant.
We're constantly saying all the
Yeah,
wrong things.
right,
Yeah.
right. And I'm like, oh no, no, that's not what I meant. But okay. And that felt interesting to me. It felt like interesting tension, realistic truth in that way, and I think that's what we're all after, is like to experience that.
I'd like people to know that they can change and they can evolve and they can be anything they want to be, and that if they love themselves, then there'll be more love in the world for them and everyone else.
And I just had a really good time making it, so I hope that folks have a good time watching it. It was sort of like all of us just playing with different film mediums, playing in a different way than I've ever seen like filmmakers play before. And I think it like came out of the room, or it was a product of all of us. And I hope people feel that sort of spontaneity and fun that we all had when we were creating it.
I feel like movies tend to. It's like the last question that you just asked was, what do you want people to take from this? Movies were always asked to like sort of, I don't know, like create morals around things to take away, right? Like this movie is just like dark, but I play some like the protagonist is somebody who is a kind of affable dude, but then when it comes down to it, there's like a kind of familial violence that's really in us all because we're no different from each other. Like really, I believe in individuality, but we're all humans and we all have the ability and capabilities of really disgusting things. And it's also a love story that takes place in the 80s about strength. Like it's Rose Glass basically was like, who made Saint Maud, a movie that blew my head off. I thought it was just stupendously put together from top to bottom. And then she was like, oh, I really want to make this next movie. I keep being urged to write a script about a strong woman. And so she literally wrote a movie about a very, very strong girl and a very, very weak girl trying to get to know each other, trying to love each other. But it's basically like, it seems like a movie that was made in the 80s, not now. And almost like it kind of, it just seems kind of morally defunct and scary in a really honest way. And it's super sexy and like, it's got this unique, like, I don't know, like sexual fingerprint that I feel is like not cinematic because we experience those experiences like so particularly in movies. And this one feels very like sprawling and really hyper stylized and like confronting. You're supposed to like these people and you totally do. And then you're like, wait, no one's okay. We're all bad. Or that you'll tell yourself any story to hold on to the things that you love. And we're making it all up. We're all making all this up. Well, that was not concise. I haven't gotten into this. I haven't seen the movie in a while. I'll watch it before. Hopefully I do my interviews tomorrow. We're all making this up.
We're all making this up.
I like how you do that. You like say a really articulate thing, like an Olympic jumper landing a perfect jump, and then you just like throw yourself on the ground after you say that's terrible.
Fucking idiot.
No, but they cut. It's great. It was so articulate though.